Hello and welcome. Hi, I'm mother, survivor, author, and strategy partner, Grace Wroldson. I'm the author of Co-Parenting with a Narcissist, 7 Self-Rules to Stay Sane. And this question comes up in my private social media groups for moms. What drives the narcissist? Why does he do this? Why doesn't he do that? And I've compiled a list of factors, motives, reasons, excuses, etc., that I believe are driving factors, although I'm not a psychologist, not a psychoanalyst. But if you're forced to co-parent with a narcissist, you will wonder about their behavior. You will wonder a lot of things because it won't make sense to you, and you can't make sense out of nonsense. And like I tell the moms in my groups, you will get disorder out of a personality disordered person. So let's jump in. If you're ready to learn, I'm ready to teach. I'm the author of several books available on Amazon. You can come to my website. Trying to be a light in the darkness of this dilemma, and a mentor to moms. And a mentor is someone whose hindsight can become your foresight. So I say, learn my survivor wisdom, learn from my survivor wisdom. I have a past of loving an alcoholic who I didn't know was a narcissist, and I was recovering from trauma bonds, narcissistic abuse syndrome, but didn't know it. Got through many recovery programs and therapy, healed, broke up with the narcissist, the alcoholic, and then found out I was pregnant and had to raise this child on my own and safely get through her childhood as best as we could. And we ended up in family court. So if you're co-parenting with a narcissist, you will deal with things that are crazy making, and it can drive you crazy. But remember that the narcissists, one of their tactics to destabilize a target is to make them emotionally upset and emotionally destabilize them. So you've got to stay sane, you've got to stay stable, and you got to be smart. I have a little disclaimer here. You can pause and read this. I'm not a therapist. These are just my thoughts and opinions. Here are my books in order from 1, 2, and 3. I say read them in order because there is a progression and I do learn things along the way. And that's what I share, my tips, tools, and strategies in my books. Don't like to give you so much of the mess. Like to focus on what is the message here. What did I learn? That's the key. You're going through something right now, whatever it is, figure out what you're learning and solidify that knowledge. Wisdom is knowledge plus experience. Hold on to that. So what drives the narcissist? Here's my list that I came up with to try to answer this mom's burning question of why. But just to caution you, don't get stuck on the why. Don't keep asking why. It's even in my first book of lessons, because if you stay in that confusion, it's a way to control your mind so that you're not effective, you're not working and thinking in your best interest, you're not practicing self-preservation or protecting your children because you're still so confused and dazed and shocked by the narcissist. If it's bad and wrong, it's bad and wrong. That's what I say to moms. If it's not healthy, it's not healthy. Don't get confused too much and keep asking why over and over, that you stay in like a case of why. Like you've got a cold and you read in my first book, it's like you've got this curious case of asking why all the time and just in pain over it. But the narcissist has their own trauma and childhood trauma. Don't fall into feeling pity and accepting unacceptable behavior from them as a co-parent or parent of small, vulnerable young children, and excuse their behavior if it's wrong, bad, illegal, criminal, because of their past trauma. That's what I have to say about that. Don't let any of these reasons be reasons that vulnerable children, get abused or neglected. But these could be reasons and excuses. Their hurt and pain of rejection. You're not the only one that has rejected them. They've felt rejection their whole life if they're abnormal. You will have a reaction. It will be normal for you to react to abnormal people. So don't sit around and blame yourself for that. They have a lot of hate, anger, jealousy. I say pathological jealousy. It doesn't seem normal. They will, instead of co-parent with you, they will go in competition with you as a parent, see who can one up the other. That's where the Disney dad comes in. They have fear. So this is all fear-driven stuff. These are all fear-driven reasons. They have pride, the toxic kind. They need supply. If you don't know what narcissistic supply is, learn. It's usually attention and adulation and stuff and money and image. It can be all kinds of things. They also just want to win. Narcissists want to win. They don't like to lose. Sometimes they won't even admit that they have lost, even on a stage, a political stage. They could have lost something, but refuse to acknowledge that they lost. They also like to silence victims, and if they have something to hide, their motive of coming after you in family court and getting all control. Most abusers want control. So it's about power and control. And sometimes it's about their bruised, broken ego and their self-esteem. They'll take you to family court because they have low self-esteem and they're trying to get power somewhere. They might have mental illness. Typically, narcissists are undiagnosed, especially covert narcissists. And we can't do, as moms, we can't do anything about that kind of mental illness ourselves. We're not going to be able to heal mental illness, sometimes you can't even work with mental illness. So that could be driving the narcissist. And the last factor I have here is their lawyer. The lawyer they hired could be driving them to file motions to make money off of them because, as you know, narcissists can be stupid. They can think short-term, want short wins, and they don't think long-term consequences. So the lawyer is thinking long-term. I can get a client for life, the entire life of the child, and make money, $300 plus an hour off of this idiot. And they might have a narcissistic lawyer. And the lawyer is seeing dollar signs, and the narcissist calls their lawyer complaining about you, mother blaming, and their lawyer says, we can go forward, file motions, destroy, annihilate the other parent, which it shouldn't be that way in family court. It shouldn't be that one party fights the other party so viciously with hard lines drawn, because that puts parents against each other and children in the middle. And when you have a war, there are casualties and a lot of loss. So anyway, we need to fix the family court system, obviously, but until then, we have to survive custody battles with narcissists. So this is a little tip for me. You will have to stop asking why and learn about narcissistic supply. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but really stop asking why and learn about narcissistic supply. What motivates them isn't what's going to motivate us moms. We're motivated because we love our children. We want to protect our children. We're motivated by other things, like things that have to do with having a conscience. And if you're someone that doesn't have a conscience, or it's broken or disconnected, or you can do a lot of things when you don't have a conscience that are not right. So gain insight, learn the lessons, use wisdom. I say don't be desperate for a lawyer. The only legal advice that I give is to get legal advice. Even if you can't afford a lawyer, there's got to be a way to get legal counsel somewhere on the side, some way, because you're in a legal system. So if you're not an expert lawyer, if you're not a trained paralegal, you've never passed the bar exam, you've never been in front of a judge in a courtroom, you don't know how to submit evidence, you don't know how to cross-examine a witness or object to things in trials, then you might be out of your element and out of your, out of what out of your area of expertise. And so a smart move as a mom is to get a lawyer for law-related things. And getting legal representation can be very empowering. Quite often, our custody case is only as good as our attorney. And if you've got legal questions, I say don't ask people who aren't lawyers. Ask a top family law lawyer who knows your judge and the the typical choreography of the courtroom and how things generally go in high conflict custody cases. It's better to have someone experienced. You don't want to get your tax attorney as your family law attorney. Things can go horribly wrong when you're not well represented. I have a Get the Right Lawyer guide that's in that book, but you can also come to my website down here and buy just the guide with a 20-question worksheet to print off. I have 3 of them because you don't want to take the first lawyer and you don't want to take the lawyer that promises everything, the sun, the moon, the stars, that you're going to win and makes bold statements. They may be just telling you what you want to hear. You want to interview and consult on your case with 3 to 4. I did 5 and 6 because I wanted to hear what their strategy would be to solve my case and protect our child. So they all had a different angle. They all had a different way of going about things. I had to pick the one that was right for me and my budget. I also have How to Communicate with a Narcissist Using Skillful Means, my 11 super helpful tips, because you do want to use skillful means. On your end, if the lawyer's doing the lawyering, you will be doing the best co-parenting, parallel parenting job that you can be doing that safeguards your case against parental alienation claims, against PA that usually narcissists use to win the case, the custody case. So if you want to learn more of what I have to offer, I have 11 videos that cover the basics. It's called Navigate the Narcissist Co-Parenting Video Course. You could watch 2 a week and transform your thinking, mindset, and attitude in just 6 weeks. If you're doing the right things in your case, that can help you. You can learn some of the things that I learned. The narcissist has many tricks, tactics, and traps. You don't want to step into manipulations. So we need to have strategies, skills, and self-rules, rules that we apply to ourselves so that we are not hurting our own case. Look for that link below and the link to my website for all my free helpful blogs. Remember to like and subscribe to this video. Thanks so much for watching.